All right, welcome everybody to the AdventHealth 200 here with the iNRS Racing Series. Thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network. I'm Rick Souza here with my co-broadcaster, John DeRudris. And John, this is a mile-and-a-half track here at Kansas Speedway, where the regular Cup drivers will be there this weekend. This is a fun track.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite to go to, and it has everything that you would want in a race. You have crazy restarts, you have track position mattering, you have a high line, as you see right there, Matt Parasini in the 24 kind of doing. You have a low line, you have transitioning grooves, you have cars on the wall. Everything that you'd want in the race, you'll get here at Kansas, and always produces, I say it's a top 5 track on the Cup circuit from a racing perspective, mainly because of the racing that it produces. It's a great track for drivers. It's a challenge on tires, and here at Kansas today, we have 200 miles, 134 laps in the AdventHealth 200. So right now we got about 4 minutes left in practice, and let's kind of talk about where this race was last year. So Corey Bunch won in the spring with Eric Jeffers getting the dub in the fall. And could we see one of those guys get a win today? We possibly could. And looking at drivers who are at the top of the board, specifically in points, again, it is the Jordan and Jordan show. Jordan Booth, Jordan Wenzel. They have been dominating here in the iNRS series. No surprise there. Followed by Travis Bennett up 1 spot to 3rd. Eric Jeffers up 2 spots to 4th. Alex Murphy up 2 spots to 5th. Matt Robinson minus 3 positions to 6th. Tyler Lem minus 2 positions to 7th. Brendan Hayes up 2 spots to 8th. Simon Madsen in P9 holding steady, with Corey Bunch in 10th plus 1 spot. And looking at this, we have to take a look at, again, the top 2 guys and a couple other battles as well. The battle for first and is basically between Booth and Wenzel. And this is a battle for 15 playoff points, which is a major incentive for the playoffs. And the battle for the top 10, it's very close. 11 points separate 10th and 11th, with multiple drivers within race points, total from being in the top 10. So it's very close across the board. And even for the final spot in 16th, 37 points separate 14th and 19th in the standings.
Yeah,
so with
right
7
now,
spots left. Yeah.
I was going to say right now between 16, to be in and out, it's only 1 point. Michael Whitley is in at 16 and Tony Japs is out with 1 point.
Yep, it's wild, and with only 7 spots left, points racing is going to play a factor if someone is currently outside of the top 16 and pulls off a win. So, looking at that, looking at the team standings, 40XLI. 40XLI is the team to beat this year, followed by Full Throttle and Performance Motorsports. They've been the top notch. We always talk about the 40XLI guys, and they're always at the top of the boards. And that leads to what I was alluding to previously, drivers who are currently locked in with a win. Travis Bennett, Nick Alves, Jordan Wenzel, Simon Madsen, Jordan Booth, Corey Bunch, Tyler Lem, Martin Giroux, and Alex Forget. So right now, Rick, let's talk about Kansas, and let's talk about who could potentially carry off some momentum. Who's hot right now?
Yeah, so funny, the Canadians typically are triumphing here in the iNASCAR series, as 3 of the locked-in drivers hail from Canada. Alex Murphy, Eric Jeffers, those guys are definitely on the rise and actually, just really, really chasing it. Eric Jeffers has done a nice stretch. He's, finished, 5 of the 7 races, top 10 finishes, getting all the way back to Bristol. He has not had a finish outside the top 15 since Phoenix. So, barring something unimaginable that could happen, that probably won't change. So he'll continue to beat it up. Also, the 19 Alex Forget pick it up and finishes a 3rd, 13th, and 1st in the last 3 races. So our Canadian connection has pretty much been on a hot streak.
Oh yeah, for sure. And looking at specifically everybody else in this race, let's talk about some of the guys who are not hot. Tony Japs, number 42, a driver who has only had one finish outside the top 15, has recently found himself with 3 finishes of 16th, 31st, 19th. He took the pole here in the spring last year, but actually he failed to lead a lap, which is tough to do. It's unfortunate there because Tony has been strong. So it's really a toss-up of his luck, and see if that changes hands today. And let's talk about a driver who's currently locked into the playoffs. And speaking of Tony, just slammed the wall there. Talking about drivers who have won a race, Nick Alves there started the year off hot with three top finishes, including a win. But since then, he's only gotten 2 top 10 finishes. So let's see if he can right that ship, pick up his dominance from the first couple weeks. Another driver is number 43, Garrett Walden. He had a great race at Martinsville, but since has found himself kind of in bad luck situations over the last couple weeks, and it's crucial for him to get back on track as a guy and a driver who is on the outside looking in to the playoffs. And so looking right now, we have qualifying getting underway, and let's talk about, as these guys are making their qualifying runs, who have excelled at this style of track. 1.5 miles last year, dominated by full throttle. Eric Jeffers almost won the spring race. Had a bad pitch strategy, unfortunately ruined that, of course. But he then followed it up with the win in the fall. So Corey Bunch was the victor in the spring. A driver on the outside looking in potentially could be Vince Burns. He ran here well in the fall, almost stealing a win from Jeffers. So let's see if maybe we could get a new guy on top of the board today at Kansas. I think it's very possible with the multiple lanes.
Absolutely. And, Kansas is, although it's your, typical, 1.5 mile track, but, it's kind of got a its own little twist on how the track runs. And why don't we use that opportunity to kind of run into your keys for tonight's race?
Absolutely. So Kansas, again, one of my favorite tracks. Absolutely love this track. Love the High Line. And speaking of different lines and speaking of grooves here at Kansas, you have multiple grooves that you can use that are at your disposal. So you have to know what grooves you can use and when to use them. You can use a high groove early on. You're going to fall back, but you will have longer run speed on the back end of that. Or you could run the bottom, run the fastest line onto the track, get a little bit of head start, then start to save a little bit. So it's all about grooves. Number 2, pitch strategy. I think we're going to see a lot of pitch strategy here, a lot of green flag stops, mainly because of the fact that this track produces great racing. So, you have to know when to take fuel, when to take tires. We are probably going to see a lot of right side tire calls today here, possibly late in the race. So look out for that. And also track position. If we do get a couple cautions, pay attention to who stays out and where drivers are on track. At Kansas, you can make your way up through the field, but I would recommend, if you are trying to win this race, to start up in the top 10 here, and that's where I'm going to look to see if one of those winners can come from. One of my picks is probably going to be within the top 10. So track position is big, timing is big as well, within where you are on the track in comparison to other drivers, respectively, when they come down pit road. So the deltas matter. So with multiple grooves, with pitch strategy, that's going to come into play, and track position. Those are my 3 keys that you need to master to get the win today. So looking right now, looks like Jordan Booth, top of the boards with Corey Bunch, last year's winner here in one of the races, in second with Jonathan Varanauskas there in third, Brendan Hayes in fourth, Alex Murphy currently in fifth. So we'll see what happens as these guys are making mock pit road runs.
Taking a look and see who is on the track, who is still trying to put up a time. Qualifying is almost wrapped up. Just a handful of drivers left. While that's Alex Forget-Berube on track, trying to get his qualifying in. I think right now we're I think Alex, Garrett Walden, I think Sean Walton as well are the 3 drivers who have not yet qualified. Tyler Sexton's wrapping up his, as well as Austin Walton. Lots of Waltons in this race, either Waltons or Waldens. So.
Interesting.
Yep. All right, let's see just what's happening. Let's bring up some race info.
Yeah, let's do it. So in the AdventHealth 200 today, presented by iNRS and Admin Box, got a nice cool day at 69 degrees, 134 laps with a stage break at lap 44, pit road speed about 45 miles an hour. 1 quick repair, 5 sets of tires, 60% fuel, and 3 green, white checkers. Track temp, a little hot for 69 degrees. 102-degree track temp, going to be a little bit slick out there, but I think these drivers are going to master that fairly well here at Kansas. And I'm really looking forward to this race. I love this track. It's one of my favorites, and I may need to get on iRacing here this week and maybe run a couple officials because I absolutely love Kansas. So we'll see how that goes.
Qualifying's about wrapping up. There are a few seconds left, and so typically with this league, there'll be about 5 minutes of administrative duties where the admins will get on and talk to the drivers, and then we'll be back to and bring you that grid. So. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back live with the iNRS series. We will be right back.
ACE HTI provides residential smart security systems, audiovisual solutions, TV mounting and installation, access control and surveillance systems. In addition, our networking division can provide home networking and Wi-Fi solutions. All these systems can be remotely managed through our ACE HTI applications and cloud-based solutions. As a homeowner, you need to know who is entering your home. Our ACE HTI innovative home security system integrates all the devices in your home with the remote functions from your phone, tablet, laptop, and any other internet-enabled device. Our system provides you with the options to automate lights, thermostats, garage doors, and arm your alarm system, and view cameras, all in the one simple-to-use app. But unlike other systems, we offer professional monitoring with live operators 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With this integration and our monitored fire and carbon monoxide detectors, ACE HTI is there to protect you and your family. ACE HTI service area includes both North and South Carolina. Reach out to us today at 336-941-3171 or via email at info@ace-hti.com.
All right, welcome back to the AdventHealth 200 on the IWM Broadcast Network. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. We're still waiting the drivers to finish up their driver meeting. There's just a few minutes left, but there's always we're always looking forward on track. Is who is any rivalries, anybody battling each other, anybody whether that's team related or individuals, and John, it's been kind of quiet. There's been no bloodshed.
None at all. So let's see what happens. Let's see what we're able to do at Jordan Booth. Maybe rattle some feathers, or somebody else rattle some feathers. No, I'm kidding. But really, there's not been any rivalries here. But at Kansas, I think, we've seen this in the actual Cup Series where Kyle Larson was racing Denny Hamlin, and they came together. And I think you may see something similar here tonight. So, Kansas, it has a little twist to it. The bottom prevails early, like we mentioned before, but the groove moves up to the wall. And Travis Bennett will not be racing tonight. So that's a big piece of news there. Currently third in points, and possibly could drop him the 7th and 8th here by the end of the night. So we'll see what happens. And right now, also, we are into the bracket challenge. Move on to week 2.
Oh yeah,
where they have gone from 16 drivers down to 8. So we'll see who's able to prevail in some of those battles here on track. It's one of the coolest things that I've seen any series or league do. I think NASCAR should adopt it. It'd be really, really fun to do that, kind of like with the Dash for Cash kind of thing. But really cool to see that. And, looking at other things going on here in the iNRS series. Tuesday night, Eric Jeffers got the win. He's a favorite again this week. Wednesday night was off for Xfinity, just like the regular NASCAR series. So we'll see them back here soon, but not this week. So looking at that, I mean, Eric Jeffers could possibly get a win here. I love experience. I love momentum, and watch for Eric Jeffers to be out front. And we've seen this multiple times this season, whoever wins the Xfinity or the truck race typically runs well in the Cup race. So I think that trend could hold true with Eric Jeffers here tonight at Kansas.
Well, and this would be a perfect opportunity for Eric. I mean, he has run well. We've seen him up front all season long, but he has not been able to punch that ticket into the playoffs. What perfect time to do that on this mile and a half.
Exactly. So I think it's going to be a solid race, a good race for everybody. And I think we'll see a lot of great battles here as this race prevails. So 10 seconds until we get your starting lineup for tonight's AdventHealth 200. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this on any other stream, either YouTube or on a replay, thank you for tuning in. It'll be an action-packed race as we just wrapped up our little drivers meeting. So we'll be able to give you the lineup pretty soon.
Absolutely. All right, looks like our grid is almost ready. Yep, I think we've got it. There we go.
Alrighty, so not anything atypical here, but starting on the pole for today's AdventHealth 200 is going to be Jordan Booth in the number 1 spot there, driving the number 41 machine, followed by Corey Bunch in second place, last year's victor here, with Jonathan Varanowskis in third, Brendan Hayes in fourth, Alex Murphy in fifth, the first Canadian there, with Cody Graham in sixth, Vince Burns in seventh, great qualifying position for him. Same thing with Richard Mills there in eighth, Jordan Witzel in ninth, and Austin Walton in 10th.
In 11th, there's Eric Jeffers, as we were just talking about early in the broadcast. Tony Japs is lining up in 12th. In 13th, Alex Forget-Berube, and 14th to his outside is Ty Bostic in that familiar number 22. Corey Ennis is there in 15th, and 16th is Jacob Musso. Eddie Musso Jr. is there in 17th with Michael Whitley Jr. on the outside. Clark Franz is there in 19th, and Tyler Lem is in 20th.
In 21st, you have Vernon Broadbeck with Scott Thomas starting in 22nd. Matt Robinson starting in 23rd with Simon Madgen starting in 24th. In 25th position, you have Martin Giroux with Ron Fitting in 26th, Mike Wheel in 27th, Joe Musso in 28th, Tyler Sexton in 29th, and John Krupa starting in P30.
Finishing up our grid, James Jones is in 31st, Martin Pinnell in 32nd, Matt Pericini is in 33rd, Garrett Walden is in 34th, and Sean Walton wraps up our grid is starting in 35th. All right. Really interested to see watching, how Jordan Booth handles not only the start of the race, but just how he manages those restarts. If I had to pick a favorite for this track, I'm really leaning towards Jordan, but we'll see. Again, I'd love to see Eric Jeffers come up. We need another first-timer.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it'd be great. And we got green flag here at Kansas right off the bat here as the field dives down into turn 1.
Already you can see them beginning to fan out on this track. There are opportunities to get around. It's not terribly. Oh, that was a big slam in the wall. That's the 40 of Brendan Hayes. He definitely tasted that safer barrier pretty quick. And as these drivers begin to run that outside line, you're going to see more and more of that. It's super easy to catch a fender full of that safer barrier.
Oh, for sure, you can. You can do it, just like that, especially if you're pushing pretty hard there in one, or coming out of one, coming out of two, coming out of four. So we'll see how these guys combat that tonight. But everybody else keeping their P's and Q's as the field starts to somewhat spread out. Not atypical here at Kansas at all.
So do you think, I guess of course, we're 3 wide here through the front stretch, but do you think you're going to see? I'm already seeing lots of guys just running the high line. Usually, you see them running the low line to start, and then as the groove you kind of work that groove in, they fan up. But here we're just seeing drivers migrate all the way up to the high line.
Yeah, I think you got to. I love it. That's my preference, specifically when it comes to racing. So I like it.
staying with the leaders and Jordan Booth because Corey Bunch is right there on his tail. These guys are staying with that lower group. A little bit of contact there with the 40 and the 27 of Cody Graham. Towers reporting that Tyler Sexton has entered the pits.
He has. Not sure why. Here we go. You can see literally half the field low, half the field high. You see a great run there from the 72. Is he going to take a run down low? Decides not to do it this time by.
He stays up high and actually in the wall.
Yeah, he gets sucked into the wall there. And that's what happens here at Kansas. You can get a little bit too high. There's a bump. I don't know if you've experienced it, Rick, but in 3 and 4, there's a bump.
Yep.
If you hit that bump on the high line, you almost have to get out of the throttle with anticipation that you're going to hit it and then get back into it. Because if you hit that bump when you're in the throttle, you'll get sent up the track every single time. Got a battle forming right there. You can see between the 12 and the 81. That is Eric Jeffers and Jordan Winsel. I thought Jordan Winsel wasn't going to race today. I'm thinking of Travis Bennett. My
Travis
bad.
Bennett, yeah. Eric Jeffers, already up 5 spots now, moved up to 6. So
wow.
He is definitely carved out. And he's just, working his way up again. He is, watching him go. He's definitely utilizing that high line, and that's the fastest way around this track. Once you get some momentum in that track, whether rubbers in. So. Looking on back, there's a lot of battles going on towards the tail end of the pack as guys are beginning to work. And you will see them use a little bit of that apron on the front stretch. And the other thing that we did notice is that we are seeing a number of drivers who are shifting in and out of 4th and 5th gear, which with the way that these cars are geared can be a little sketchy.
It can be sketchy because with shifting, it's all about feel. Some guys like to do it, some guys don't. I preferably, as we see a lot of racing here, 3 wide, car has disappeared, don't know where he went. But with shifting, it can, there's some 3 wide again, Matt Piracini on the bottom lane. Shifting can give you an advantage, but oftentimes you can see some drivers get the car very upset with that, with the shifting there. So we'll see how that plays out. We possibly could have a change for the lead. Corey Bunch going down low on Jordan Booth. Going to be a battle coming out of turn 4. Jordan Booth going to have the advantage, potentially going into turn 1. But that Goodyear Ford Mustang of Corey Bunch is looking pretty speedy to me.
Stay with our leaders here as this battle continues. On top of that, you got the 27 of Cody Graham, who's up 3 spots. Who is right there in the fray. It's like Jonathan Devernakis may have had an incident. See what's happening with him. He is still running, but he was definitely pointed in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I am not sure what happened. We need to possibly see if we can get a replay because he is all the way to the back of the pack. You can see him get tight right there.
Oh, a little bit of contact with the 40.
Oh, does he hit the inside wall? He will. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, he kept it. Well, he stopped, but the caution did not fly. That's put him all the way back. He's now in 33rd position.
Not what Jonathan wanted there.
Absolutely not. All right, back up front. This battle continues to rage with Jordan Booth and Corey Bunch. Up a track map, kind of get a feel for how these drivers have spread out. Not too bad. You see a few stragglers. You see the 3, the 35, and there's the 72 up there that are trailing back there. That 3 is Ron Fitting. That 35 is Tyler Sexton, who, as we had mentioned earlier, wound up in the pits. Not sure what that was for. getting right along with, we were second with Jordan Booth, but let's get a driver's cockpit view of Corey Bunch and see what Corey is seeing here. So you're riding on board with Corey Bunch. Here's that shift into fifth. And then immediately a downshift. Stays in fourth until the center of the tri-oval.
And he's still running that low line. So, I mean, I'm impressed with that. I mean, I think, like I said, I've preferred the high line at Kansas all the time. And here comes Cody Graham. Yeah.
Big challenge there with the 77, on the 77 with the 27 of Cody Graham. Not quite able to do it, but he's definitely threatening. These three drivers have kind of given a little bit of a distance of themselves, about almost a full second amongst the rest of the field. Looking on back, Jordan Wenzel's right there, and he's got that gaggle. That's Alex Berube, Eric Jeffers, and Brendan Hayes, and that pack of four. They're looking to get up there and challenge those three. But as you can see, John, they're definitely all running that high line.
Yeah, it's preferred. I think it definitely is the best line on the track, and you could get so much speed out of the corner in the high line if you can do it the right way. It's great. You see basically the 12 there. You see the 99 Tyler Lim. All these guys running the high line.
And looking a little further back in the field, this is round 15, 16. There's some huge tight battles going on back here, three wide.
Yeah, Tyler Lim's trying to find a way through this gaggle of cars here. He looks like he may be able to clear the 50. He does.
Yep, he's still battling. He's got Matt Robinson in the one side-by-side.
Should get a good run here. He may be able to go high on the 24 in turn one. At least that's what I would do.
Yeah, he's right there on the bumper of the #1 Matthew Robinson Ford from Performance Motorsports.
Yeah, he should be able to power by the 24 here off of exit. As long as he can keep that high. Yep, there he goes.
All right, lap 19, the books. Any thoughts on fuel economy on this mile and a half?
Yeah, on a mile and a half, I am envisioning, let me do my quick math here, because I can do some math. Okay, let me see.
Up front, Jordan Booth and Corey Bunch have kind of checked out a bit. We'll kind of look back.
I think about 35 laps.
Okay. Looking on back at position 3, that's the 19 of Alex Berube out there. And he's got Cody Graham, who's kind of slid back a little bit. But you're right at that point. This is lap 21 of 134, where you're going to really begin to feel the effects of tire wear. Around this point, that newness has kind of burned off those tires, and now you're going to get a little bit of a push. The car is going to really need to be managed, and it's your job as that driver to keep as little heat as possible out of those drivers, which means very soft, gentle turns on that wheel, just massaging your way through those corners, being easy on the throttle. And that's the way to be successful, because you really
big block.
Yep, you really need these tires to be there at the end of these long runs.
You do. Oh, you see multiple cars on the wall right there, and that was a huge block out of the 81. I mean, that was a not clear block. there coming out of turn 2 with him and the 40 of Brendan Hayes. Oh, 81 hit the apron just a little bit.
I don't want to fail to mention that Alex Forget-Berube, who's now up to third, he's picked up 10 positions.
Yeah, I mean, last week's winner, I mean, he's been doing great. Well, didn't he win last week? Am I speaking incorrectly? Who won at Dover?
I think that Alex Forget won last week.
Okay, because he wasn't on the list. Okay,
He's locked in the playoffs. He's on the list.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, what a run from him. I mean, could he be the surprise driver? I mean, could he be the one that can spoil these guys? I mean, we know he loves the high line. We've talked to him before. And this track definitely suits the drivers who can get to the high line, get there fast, and stay there. Well, he's about to go past the 77.
I was just going to say that that group we were covering, the 81 of Wenzel, Graham, Jefferson, Hayes, he was back there with those guys, and he drove away.
I mean, he is. I mean, on a tear.
He is.
He just ran faster than the leader that last lap. He pull a little bit of a slide job here. Cue Dale Earnhardt Jr. slide job voice.
He is up to second now.
Yeah, one of the biggest movers of the race. And let's talk about some big movers. Alex Forget-Berube up 11, but Matt Pirusini up 18, and Garrett Walden up 15. So pretty big moves here out of all these drivers.
Absolutely. Alex did talk about these long runs that's his forte. Oh, contact with the wall there. So we're beginning to see that these tires have really kind of gone away. Those drivers, there's always a risk as you're running the high line because you are flirting with a little bit of disaster. If that car is just a little bit of a push and you get in and out of the throttle at the wrong time, you can wash right up into that safer barrier.
You can, every single time.
And that safer barrier, you think, well, it's just bouncing off a wall, you wouldn't lose a lot, but it is like, it just kind of sucks you in. I think we just saw the leader, Jordan Booth, actually have contact with that safer barrier as well.
Jordan Booth has been in the wall a couple times. So that's going to be rough out of that car.
You see, I think Tony Japs is on pit road. Clark Franz is on pit road right now. So we are seeing here at lap 28, some drivers are electing to go in. If you've got a mishandling, one of the things you can do here with iRacing is that you can make a select few adjustments that you can make on pit road. You can adjust some of your brake biases, and you can adjust other minor adjustments to your car, which certainly can help if you're struggling, especially on these late runs.
For sure can, absolutely.
But definitely, now we're coming up to potentially some green flag pit stops. I think you're automatically going to lose a lap, I think, by the time you come down onto pit road and then get off. It takes about 45 seconds, and laps are turning around 32. So you're automatically going to go a lap down.
For sure, and, it's just a matter of time here. We've seen this at other tracks, so we'll see how these drivers can bounce back from this. But going a lap down is obviously not ideal, but it's racing, it happens. So we'll see how these guys can challenge that and see who's going to be some of the first takers. Already seen Vernon Broadbeck. Are we going to see the leader, Jordan Booth, or one of the leaders, rather? Yep, here comes Jordan Booth and Alex Forget-Berube. Oh, smoked him up a little bit there, leaders, and so is Jordan Wenzel on pit road as well.
Yep, about that time. So we'll reset our calculator, say lap 30. Sounds about the right time. Now we do have a competition caution for the stage break in about 13 laps, so we'll see that coming up.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to play any effect. I think they can go longer, but I wonder if that stage break is affecting how their strategy is going to be to try to maximize their tires on this one. You see right sides only from the 41, I believe, and right sides only from the 19. So they're both on and off pit road just like that.
All right, then we're watching Jordan Booth get back on the track after his stop. We expect to see a number of other drivers. Brendan Hayes is now on pit road. Scott Thomas is out. Mike Wheel was also on pit road, so number of drivers now. Oh, Ty Bostic spins.
Uh-oh.
Trying to
Gonna
get
be a caution.
And unfortunately, he spun and wound up not going down pit road.
Wow.
Let's see if we can find. Nope, it has to be earlier than that. Here we go. Hang on, let's back that up a bit.
Oh, no.
Gets it back under control, but lost a huge amount of time.
Oh, yeah, not what you needed. That is not what he needed.
All right, he's back around now after unfortunately missing pit road, and that's going to cost him absolutely. All right, that puts Eric Jeffers right now out in front here at lap 35. He and a number of drivers have not pitted. Right now we do see on pit road Corey Bunch, Tyler Lem, Martin Giroux, Matthew Robinson, John Krupa, all on pit road now. Scott Thomas is on pit road. He's got maybe an extensive amount of time. Maybe having some work done.
Possibly.
All right, Eric Jeffers, lap 36. So this just definitely brings up an interesting approach here. Obviously, the 12 is staying out. He's getting a point or two for, I guess, a point for leading a lap. But caution's going to fly in 8 laps.
Yeah, I mean, can he go the distance? That's the question. He's already on 36. I calculate. I mean, do they run 50 or 60%?
60%.
So that would be actually a little bit north of 35, and maybe closer to 39 or 40.
But still not enough. Alex Murphy, Jacob Musso, James Jones, and Joe Musso all in now. So clearly you can't make it to the stage break on the fuel you got and stay.
I think he's coming down now.
Okay. Yep. Oh, almost.
So 38 laps is the number. He'll be crossing 38 here, so that's our fuel mark. That's our fuel mark there, 38.
Yep. Austin Walton, Richard Mills also on pit road. That's going to cycle Jordan Booth back up to the front. We'll watch and see what Eric does here. Oh, missed his pit, had to back up a bit. That's costing him precious seconds here. Gets his fuel, gets right sides. But is that going to be it? No, he went for a full 4-tire stop.
Interesting call. Oh, and a hole. Black flag Tyler Sexton. Black flag Eric Jeffers. Black flag Richard Mills.
Too fast, speeding on pit road.
Yep.
All right, that cycles Jordan Booth back up to the lead after his stop with just 5 laps before our competition caution at the stage break. You've got the Alex Berger-Berube is currently sitting in second. And as you look at the track map with all those colored dots going around, that has spread this field out all across the track, which as a driver, especially here, now you've got to deal with potentially lap traffic or more importantly just the field that you've got to navigate your way through here. There are 25 cars still on the lead lap. Number of drivers who have gone a lap down: Mike Wheel, Krupa, Ron Fitting, Pinnell, Jonathan Bernaskis, obviously Eric Jeffers because of that pole. Number of challenges those drivers do face.
It's 3 laps away from that stage break. We'll see how this field plays out, but Jordan Booth leading 5-second gap on Alex Forget-Berube.
Sean Walton has retired. A couple of drivers more than a lap down: Richard Mills, Scott Thomas, and Tyler Sexton. When that caution does fly, if it stays the way it is, Mike Wheel, currently in 25th and a lap down, will get his lap back as part of that lucky dog. He'll get his lap back on Jordan Booth. As Jordan Booth runs up on, trying to get a number there, who he is. He's got the 26, I believe. That is Eddie Musso Jr. That put Eddie a lap down and move him to the lucky dog position. That's the 15 of Clark Franz. And for each car he passes, that puts that person into the lucky dog position with just 1 lap to go.
Exactly. 1 lap to go here.
At the end of this lap 44, the caution will fly and we'll get our stage break. Of course, at this point, getting that caution fly actually on this restart, if you're sitting back there in 5th, 6th, 7th, the gaps have been, let's take a look at the gaps right now. You can see 10, 16, 18, 20 seconds. Even
Big
though
gaps.
you're still top 10, that happens with these green flag pit stops since they're not all coming in at the same time. So, all right, so the caution has fallen for lap 44 for our competition caution and our stage break. So a number of drivers have secured some points. Booth, Berube, Bunch. You can see all the way down to the top 10. Verdon, Brodbeck. Those guys will get their stage points, and that goes into their battle for the championship. Well, at least for the playoffs. Right now, it's great to win a race that punches your way in no matter what, but there will be a number of drivers who are battling to make it in on points.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, great race so far. As this is really kind of playing out exactly as we had talked about. Long green flag runs, pit strategy. Those are all going to be keys, I think, to the success here at Kansas.
It always is the topic. It's always a topic, and we've seen that, race after race. I would say year after year, but race after race here. So here we go. A couple guys on pit road. The leaders, obviously, makes sense.
Just what we would expect. Assuming that these guys will take these will be 4 tire stops.
I would imagine so. Yep, 4 tires, and some took 2 though, or some only fuel. Garrett Walden, Simon Madgen there, Tyler Lem, some quick times.
Yeah, that's definitely fuel only. That certainly gives them an opportunity to move up. They all came in. Their last stop probably was towards that tail end of the of that mandatory stop. So they're just getting fuel. They think their tires are good enough to go. We'll see.
We shall see.
Well, I mean, part of that, I think with anything, John, it's a gamble, right? I mean, right now we haven't seen a caution fly yet. That's great, but cautions do happen. And if you gamble on the fact that there could be a caution in a later part of the next run, then you'll be the winner, and you've gained the position.
For sure.
All right, looks like Jordan Booth, Alex Forget Ruby, and Corey Bunch. That's your top three. Garrett Walden, with that fuel-only stop, moves himself up to 4, along with Simon Magin and Brandon Hayes. That's 6. Tyler Lem will be in 7th. Jordan Wenzel in 8th. Michael Whitley Jr. is in 9th. And Tony Japs up to 10th.
Great run for him so far.
Yep.
Talked about him in the pre-race a little bit, so we'll see what he's able to do.
Looking back through the field, I know that unfortunately Eric Jeffers is, after that penalty, has really pushed him back. He's at least a lap down, running now in 30th. I think the 79 of Scott Thomas will get the wave around as we with I think that was the 12th of Eric as well. Lights are off on top of our pace car. We're about to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Thank you for tuning in to the AdventHealth 200 here at Kansas Speedway with the iNRS Racing Series. And thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network. We really appreciate you taking the opportunity to like and follow along so we can notify you. We've got a little bit of a break next week. We won't be broadcasting on Wednesday or Thursday, but we'll be back the week following on our Wednesday series. We will be at Talladega, and then we will be here. Let me go back and bring up that schedule. So while we're away, they will iNRS will run the Goodyear 200 at Darlington on May 9th, but we'll pick it back up on the 16th for their all-star race at North Wilkesboro.
Gotta love that. North Wilkesboro is always a fun race to watch. And green flag back here at Kansas, lap 50 of 134 complete. Jordan Booth leads this big field down into turn 1, and this is where it's going to start getting interesting. Maybe some 3-wide action with drivers trying to make some moves.
We're watching the field. Restarts are always a little bit of a challenge here at Kansas. People looking to find their way around. What's the best place to be? You're still 2 wide with Bunch and with Alex Forget-Berube there. 3 wide beneath them with the 46 of Simon Magin. Diving down to the apron with the 22 of Ty Bostic behind. Ty Bostic has recovered from that incident. He's up to 10th. But we're still 3 wide with Wenzel. Right there. If you're seeing that in front of you, you're just waiting to take advantage.
Oh, you for sure are.
Saw the 19 of, that's Tyler Lem, tag a little bit of that safer barrier. Back up front, you've got the 19 of Alex Forget-Berube staying up to the high line. Got the 77 of Corey Bunch, and there's that 43 looking to split them. Corey Bunch is all by his lonesome down on that low line, not getting any help whatsoever. Oh, the 19 is in the wall. That's not going to help. Three wide again. Number of drivers electing to use that apron. Definitely you can pick up fractions of a second there, but you will incur a little bit of additional sidewall tire wear as you run down to the apron and then come back up.
Absolutely.
Again, the 99 of Tyler Lem brushes against that safer barrier. Not doing any real damage, but definitely shaving off a little bit of time. Battle continues to happen back there with Bunch. Just running a slightly
43.
different line.
43 in the wall a little bit. That's going to slow down that high line. Kyler Lim looking to make a little bit of a splash there. You see the 40 as well.
Again, up there on that high line. Again, we were talking about this before. It is a delicate balance to run that high line carefully around this track. It's fine while your tires are fresh, but certainly it gets that much more challenging as the tire wear continues.
For sure.
I think of Brandon Hayes diving down low on that backstretch. It's got the 46 there as well. Can you see that puff of smoke as these drivers tag that safer barrier?
Oh, for sure. And as the night goes on, you're going to start to see some of those puffs get a little bit bigger because of the hits are going to be a little bit harder, and these drivers are going to take more. Though 3 wide, wow, 3 wide off of turn 4.
Still 3 wide.
Still 3 wide.
It's the 99, the 40, and contacts, and you've got Michael Whitley in that 94 Krispy Kreme car down low. They're still battling there. '99 up high again, brushing that safer barrier. You see the 22 of Bostic moving up. He's now up to 8th. That 59 is in the books, and the battles just continue to happen here. Looking back through the field back here, we're mostly 2 wide at least. Who said you can't pass here at Kansas?
Oh, yeah, no, you can definitely pass. And drivers who have passed a lot of cars tonight are these guys in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Alex Forget-Berube up 10, Michael Whitley up 14, and the 43, Garrett Walden, up 29 spots. Some of the biggest movers of the race.
Big battles all through the field, looking a bit farther back. See James Jones in the 45. He's back there. Tony Japs behind him. 67 of Corey Ennis back there. Even further back, we were talking about Cody Graham earlier. He's mired back in 17th. He's dropped 11 spots since his qualifying. Keeping an eye on these battles, there's a lot of door slamming, 3 wide action here at Kansas. Not what you typically expect to see.
No, and it's not going to last forever. Something's got to give.
Well, they last pitted on lap 46. We're coming up to 61 laps here, so I think once we start seeing lap 70 coming up to the halfway point, it's going to get much more difficult to execute these moves. Let's head back up front, taking the lead, because right now Corey Bunch has moved up and is looking to challenge Jordan Booth for the lead.
Look who's right there in the high line.
Looking to take advantage. You saw the 77. He was really driving that car hard. His a little bit of that with a fishtail on the tail end as he drove down low to try and get a run on Jordan Booth.
Here comes the 19. Going to get a run on Corey Bunch down into turn 3 and 4.
You know, Alex Forget is really sticking to his plan. You know, he has that run. He could elect to take that same line as Corey does, but he said, no, I'm just going to stick to my plan. I'm going to ride up the high line and just stay on my track.
Another battle side by side, potentially right here.
They're riding on board with Corey Bunch.
Is he going to try to make a move? No, he's just going to stay right behind that 41 machine, and that right there is going to make him a little tight.
Yeah, you can see with the speed drop off, the 186, 187, 189, almost 190 miles an hour into that corner. And Jordan Booth, running that high line, was able to match speed and keep the position. So it doesn't look like that is an advantage. Stay the high line and you're able to get around.
Absolutely. Here comes the 19, though, on the high side. It looks like he's definitely going to get the job done. I mean, he'll be able to clear that 77 out of corner exit. Yep, easily done here. 19 back up to P2 on lap 67. Pit stops should be coming here roughly, if my math is correct, 77.
I'm trying to
Roughly
factor into the yellow flag laps. If we assume at 35, that's going to put you at lap 71, plus the laps saved under caution. So it could be any time between laps 72 and 74, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, if we went back green at lap, what was it, 46, 47?
Somewhere thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah, and we're estimating, I think these drivers can go 38 laps on a tank. You're looking at lap 85, but I think we're going to see the range probably go between 79 to 85. So another 15 or so laps these drivers have here.
Matt Persini is on pit road.
Yep. Which I like what he's doing. He's going in thirds. He knows he has to pit one more time. That'll be probably a lap 100, and then he'll probably run to the end. So splitting this next little bit of time up.
So just past the halfway point here at Kansas. Thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast network of the iNASCAR Racing Series. This is the Advent 200 here in Kansas. Right now, Alex Forget-Berube is challenging and gets by Jordan Booth for the lead.
This is going to be hard. The 19 has not run on the low line all day long. Can he send it into one, get the run, and make it stick? No, didn't do it this time.
Oh, contact with the wall. That's going to hurt Jordan Booth and puts right there the 19 door to door. Great battle here for the lead. Alex Forget dives down to the apron. Jordan follows. They are just wheel to wheel here at lap 72.
Oh, he hit the apron. He's sliding. Oh, he made contact with the 41 there.
Backed off a bit. That's just good driving by Alex in the 19. He backed out. Better to live and fight another day than wreck out at the front of the field.
That's very correct. That is very true.
Well, you're not going to win on lap 72, that's for sure.
No, but you can definitely lose on lap 72.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Jordan Booth continues to show the way here at Kansas. We expect pit stops to be coming up soon, so bear with us. We're going to take another commercial break. We will be right back.
Athletic Training Solutions specializes in on-site health and wellness programs for industrial athletes. We focus on the treatment and management of work-related injury and illness, as well as employee health and wellness. As one of the leading providers of occupational health services, we serve businesses of all sizes and types. Our experienced, certified athletic trainers work with each client organization to minimize employee disability, promote employee health and wellness, and help to control healthcare costs. We work with a network of doctors that are trained with an understanding of OSHA recordables and the first aid treatment approach to help keep your employees at work.
I didn't like that move.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the IWM broadcast of the AdventHealth 200 here with the iNRS series. We're here on lap 76. A few drivers are in for precautions. Right now you're watching Jordan Booth continue to lead this race. He's got Alex Berube that has been his nemesis so far, right on his tail. Great driving so far amongst these drivers.
Yep, the 19 last time by in 3 tried to squeeze it between Jordan Booth and the wall. Didn't really work. Not a big fan of that move this early on, so we'll see what he's able to do now as he's there. I mean, the 19's fast. One of the fastest cars on the track.
Yeah, I mean, the last time by, he was nearly a tenth faster than your leader, Jordan Booth. He's trying to find a way around. It is hard here at the end of a run. You just don't have the grip that you had at the front end. And right there you can see him brushing the wall. That's going to shave off some time. I think you can see it on these guys. You can see the some definite damage to that right front fender as these guys brush against the safer barrier.
Oh yeah, it's happening for sure. And here he comes again. He is there. He wants the high line, and that 41's not going to give it to him.
Number of drivers on pit road: Tyler Lem, Vernon Broadbeck, both in the pits for their scheduled stop.
I think if you're the 19, you have to realize, hey, I am faster than the 41.
Well, but I think he's also caught that safer barrier a couple of times during this run. That allowed the 77 of Corey Bunch to close the gap.
Sure.
Corey Ennis, Matt Robinson on pit road. Big battle at the front. No, these guys have definitely separated themselves by nearly 2 seconds ahead of Michael Whitley Jr., who's now up to 4th, plus 14 spots for the 94 Krispy Kreme car of Michael Whitley Jr. Cody Graham in. What's it going to take for the 19 to work his way around? I guess he's probably waiting. You got to figure it's a mistake, right? He's hoping that Jordan makes a tactical error.
And what I would do if I was the 19, I would get right up to the back bumper of this 41 car and be there right until he pits and stay out one more lap after the 41 comes down pit road. You will have the advantage on the tail end of a run. You'll be able to possibly leapfrog the 41. I love that because the 19's fast. The 19 is extremely fast. Oh, the 41 dipped a little low here. The 19 might have a chance coming out of turn 4. We'll see what he does. No,
Now the
not
41
there.
chased him all the way down and made sure he didn't get an advantage.
Oh, man, it's tight.
Yep. 77
That
is now
19 is
right
there.
there.
The other option is you possibly could, if you needed to, you could go down pit road first and short pit the 41. So, which he might actually try to do here, or he might just be going low, just to go low. Oh, no, he is going to short pit. Here comes the 19 down pit road. He's coming in really hot. I'm looking for penalties. I do not see one yet.
We'll know soon enough.
I think he's fine. I think he's okay. Right side only.
Nope. 4 tire stop.
Okay. I'll say that would be a very bold move. But Jordan Booth now is on pit road. This is the battle for the lead.
Got Hayes, Whitley, and Wenzel all on pit road. Tony Japs also in the 42 on pit road.
All I gotta say is this is going to be a very, very close race once this 41 gets finished on pit road. Oh, yellow! Yellow is
Caution's
out.
out.
So that's going to freeze the field and automatically give. Oh, this is going to tangle some feathers a little bit.
So what happened, John? I don't have a whole lot of information. Let's look at Ty Bostic here.
It might have been Bostic, as he's coming up through the field.
Nope, not. Oh, wait. Oh, he saw the yellow come out, so it's not Bostic.
I'm looking on my side. I have not seen a car yet. I'm going through the field. I don't see a car.
Not sure why that caution came out.
Oh yeah, I see it. Hold on. Let me get a number. 67. 67.
That's Corey Ennis. Here, let's go back and focus on Corey. Oh, contact with the 3 of fitting. Not sure that was. We're just kind of I'll take a look at this. 67 maybe a little loose, but he's under the 3. He does drift up. And unfortunately, the 3 is occupying that same bit of space.
Yes, he is.
Here's our first caution of the night caused by that collision between the 67 of Corey Ennis and the 3 of Ron Fitting. So that is going to kind of jumble up this field and probably good for Ty Bostic. I think he's going to come out in second.
I think you're right.
And that's going to cycle back Jordan Booth to around 6th. And let's see, Alex is in 10th. But this is great for a number of drivers. You know, the 72 of Jonathan Vernauskas, he's coming in now. And we'll see a few, but a lot of guys are able to play this one well. We'll see how it all shakes out. All right, so now this is lap 87. You refuel here. What do we say? We think it's 38 laps?
Yeah, just about. So doing that, I mean, if we get green flag conditions, back here roughly, what are we thinking? 89 possibly?
Yeah, it's going to be super close. I mean,
You're coming down pit road with 10 to go.
do you take the opportunity just to come down and get a splash of gas?
I think so. I think you do.
That's what I'm thinking. Now, a number of guys who are, still out there, like James Jones, guys mid-pack, those guys came in around lap 75. That's James Jones, Tony Japs as well. He came down lap 83. Behind him, Garrett Walden. It's lap 71. Tyler Lem. We saw Tyler running up there. He came in at lap 77. So I think if I was those guys back there, Cody Graham is back in 17th. Cody pitted last on lap 79. I'm thinking I'm going to just run in, take a splash of gas and go.
Yep.
Well, the lights are off on the pace car, so that strategy is gone.
Yeah, out the window for sure.
Yep. But this will be a restart with pretty much the top folks, top 5 we have not seen up front. That's Corey Bunch. We've seen Corey, but Ty Bostic, Simon Magin, Austin Walton, Jonathan Vernoskis. He was up the front for a while, but cycled back. Now he's back up towards the front. He started 3rd. And then there's Jordan Booth and Brendan Hayes. They're teammates. They're sitting 6th and 7th.
Yep. And we're going to be getting green flag back here at lap number 90.
Yeah.
So 38 laps is going to be lap 128, Rick, with 6 to go. I don't know if these guys can stretch 6 laps. That's a lot.
Nope, that's a lot of pedaling.
Yes, it is.
21 cars are currently still on the lead lap. Eddie Musso is currently the first car 1 lap down. Notables back there in a lap down position is the 12th of Eric Jeffers. We had high hopes to see him, but unfortunately a penalty bit him, and he's back there. Number of the drivers who were doing well was Richard Mills. He was top 10 on at the original. He's back in 29th, down 21 positions. Vince Burns as well in the 55. He started up in the top 10. He's now in 33. All right, lights are off on our pace car.
Here we go. Green flag back in the air. 77 out front with Ty Bostic in the high line.
The 17 of Austin Walton, who had tucked in behind him. Now restarts are always precarious. You're on basically cold tires, so you got to take it a little bit easy to develop a little bit of heat in those tires. You saw already.
Oh, car sideways.
That was the 26. Just a fluttering. I'm not sure that 26 number lines up. Oh, the 77 is coming down pit road. He must have had a stop and go penalty, maybe?
I am looking right now. Penalty for Corey Bunch. Oh, heartbreak there.
That puts the 22 of Ty Bostic out in front. Gets an opportunity to lead a lap. Maybe he can translate that into something else. But Bostic gets out in front. Ty is from Rockingham, North Carolina, a familiar town if you're a lover of NASCAR and classic tracks. Another car in the wall, I believe.
Oh, car spinning 42. Tony Japp sideways on the backstretch. He's rolling backwards. Are we going to get a caution? He's on the apron. He is coming back up the track. Gets it straight.
Yeah, we're underway.
Under green. So what happened there? I'm looking back. 43 hit the wall, came down in the 42. and got him all 50 shades of sideways. But 42 did a great job keeping him out of the wall.
That would have been disaster for anybody trapped on pit road, but here's that contact right there. Big slam. He doored the 42 and off they go. 43 keeps it under control. You see he's locked up his brakes. That's not going to be good for his tires. Same thing with the 42. Good driving with the 42. A little of throwing it in reverse actually saved him from contacting that safer barrier. All right, back up front. Ty Bostic continues to lead, but he's getting chased down pretty hard. The 46 of Simon Madgen is there. The 17 of Austin Walton not too far behind. Jordan Booth, the 41, is creeping up as well. "95 laps in the books." There's a lot of action going on behind. You can see 2 and 3 wide here. This is around 12th.
Yeah. Oh, car on the wall 30. Oh, we're gonna wreck. We're gonna wreck. We're 4 wide. Never mind. We're not gonna wreck.
That's Alex Murphy. He successfully pulls it up, but we are 3 wide. 25 moves up on the 27. 3 wide and almost takes him out.
Yeah, we got. This is rough. This is crazy racing here. Speaking of crazy, well, I don't think anybody's going to settle down because we possibly could have a couple more battles there. Right there, you see the 77. Yep, some guys crossing over. Got the Krispy Kreme back on board for the 94 of Michael Whitley.
Corey Bunch trying to make his way back up to the front after that penalty. He's going to get up around a number of drivers because he's mired back about 10 cars in front of him to get back up to the lucky dog position.
Well, there's not going to be a way. He's 2 laps down. Yep, Corey Bunch is 2 laps down, unfortunately. Yeah.
A lot of action back here. We're towards the tail. This is around.
Ooh, maybe some 3 wide action right here. Yep, right there. This is not where the 19 wants to be. We know he has probably one of the fastest cars on the track. Yep. He does not want to be in this mess.
No, he's right now battling, trying to get back up.
Oh, he's going to try to clear these guys 3 wide going into 1. He does a little bit.
See that our camera position right there was just getting buffeted.
Man, this racing is wild here. You got a pack of about 10 to 15 cars.
All battling, trying to get their way back up after that caution really kind of put a hurt on some of these guys who we've seen up front all day. You can see that's the 40 of Brandon Hayes, dirt tracking it through that. The 19 gets down below it, right in front of the 35. This is where getting around here at Kansas is a challenge. You're in a pack trying to find a way around. All right, lap 101 in the books, just 33 laps to go. And we are battling here for position. Simon Madgen has made it around the 22 of Ty Bostic. Ty is not giving up. Let's go back and quickly just see that pass. just leveraged that apron and got his way around him.
Sure did. Sure did. So new leader Simon Madgen up 23 spots up to P1 now with 32 laps to go.
22 is not giving up. He's still trying to find a way to bail back. You do have Jordan Wenzel, who is the last car on the lead lap, now within sight of the leaders. That's lap 103. A lot of these guys have pitted on lap 85. We'll see just how much fuel they have in the tank. Everybody's going to have to pit. No one can squeeze it out. So do you go now?
No, I say you got to stay out. I think you're going to have a lot of fall off on the back end of these tires, and with lap times not too far off right now, on 15 lap old tires, you know, the fall off is about 3 to 4 tenths. I think you got to stay.
Coming up to that sweet spot like we talked about before, we're going to see some tire fall off, which will certainly affect some of the handling. See the 19 right on the tail of the 94 of Michael Whitley Jr. You can catch a little bit of a draft here.
Oh, caution is out.
Big wreck, big wreck. Let's go back, Alex
I
Murphy.
see the 70. Yeah, I see the 77, the
Alex
30.
Murphy. Yeah, Alex Murphy,
42.
Eddie Musso Jr., Tyler Sexton, Cody Graham, all involved. Let's go back and see just what happened. Oh, the 30 just can't hold it together. He's got toe links broken on that nose.
Oh, watch out. Oh.
The 50 almost gets collected as well.
Yeah, he's... What? Oh, I see. Oh, no, I don't see. Somebody... So I can tell you exactly what happened. Somebody came down pit road and didn't voice any... probably didn't communicate.
Oh, he's not on the... he didn't get down the apron either.
No. Who is that car up there?
That's the 45, I think.
45.
That's James Jones.
So he's trying. He's going low. Straddles the line.
Not good. Off speed.
Yeah. Oh.
Sexton goes up. Unfortunately, tags him, and that collects the 26.
Does he get hit right here? Or no, he doesn't. Oh man, but the 30 gets into it. Big accident. Looking back, you see.
Let's go on board with the 30 of Alex Jones.
Oh. Yeah.
All right, so what that means is pretty much everybody is making their way down onto pit road, which is absolutely what these guys needed.
Oh yeah, so this could be the money stop.
This is
who's out front?
The money stop.
Who's out front? Look at the teams: 40 XLI, Jordan Booten, Brendan Hayes.
Good stop for Bostic. He's now up to, he's sitting in third. Comes out at the same time. Alex Forget Berube, he is back in 11th. But that has cycled here as our third caution of the night. Really our second actual caused by an incident. First caution was obviously for our stage break. But Jordan Booth is up there. So now we'll get started with maybe just 24 laps to go before we decide the winner.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We will be right back.
Love the exceptional service you get at Lindsay's Carpet and Paint, and our selection will truly wow you. Transform your home with hardwoods and laminates in every color, finish, and style you can imagine. When it comes to carpet selection, no one comes close to the variety we offer. And don't forget the walls. Liven them up with quality Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paint.
Professional staff and great selection at Lindsay's Carpet and Paint.
Okay, welcome back to the IWM broadcast of the iNASCAR Racing Series. We're here in Kansas for the AdventHealth 200. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Rick Souza here in the booth with John Derudris. And John, 26 laps to go. Jordan Booth up front. Teammate Brandon Hayes has finally found his way up to the front. Ty Bostic and Simon Magin, that's your top four.
All I know, it's going to be a crazy battle at the end. You got a lot of drivers that are very hungry for a win. Very hungry for a win.
Yeah, and frankly, with 40 XLI guys sitting up front 1-2, there is definitely a hunger to get someone else up there and get a win. And frankly, in watching these guys go, and Jordan Booth, obviously, he's been leading multiple laps. But, you know, Brandon Hayes has had his struggles today. Been mired back in the field, and we'll see what he can do now that he's up front and be running, you know, side by side with his teammate. Other notables with that incident that has put Alex Murphy back there around 20th or so. Vernon Broadback is, I think, the last car on the lead lap in 22nd. Number of drivers lap down still. Corey Bunch, Penalty, and Eric Jeffers both have unfortunately been mired in the back due to a penalty.
Unfortunate, but here we go. Green flag back in the air. Jordan Booth back up to the point. Not a great restart from his teammate there in the 40, Brendan Hayes. So here comes Ty Bostic on the low line, trying to battle back.
Not sure what happened there. That was odd.
Yeah, typically they're pretty spot on with their restarts.
A lot of slicing and dicing going on behind. Looking on back. Again, this is it with just 24 laps to go. This is where you really need to make a move, or you just can't. It's just not easy at this point. That's the one of Matthew Robinson up there, rubbing that safer barrier, dragging back. More contact with the wall. Number of drivers. You know, first of all, contacting that wall is going to slow you down. But the ripple effect is that everybody behind you, if they're not paying attention, could feel the pain of your mistake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's,
big block. Brandon Hayes in 40 moved up and blocked the 99 of Tyler Lem.
I wouldn't do that too many times.
No, we've seen Tyler here. I would not try to do that too much.
Caution. Caution's out. Corey Ennis, possibly.
Yeah, he seems to be missing some sheet metal on that nose from that 67 Ford. Let's go back and see just what brought out that caution. Oh, there it is with a 43. Let's back that up a little bit.
Again, this is like a reverse of what we just saw. Wasn't it the 67? Or well, it was the 43 and the 42.
So it's like the 67 got a little bit loose.
Yes, it's the same thing off corner exit. Got a little loose. Came down the track into the 43.
.43 is moving up. You can see that groove 67 loose comes down, and unfortunately they're trying to
There it
occupy
is.
the same space.
And I think the 67 gets back into the 43. Nice little spin. Oh, wow.
Oh.
That was...
Yeah. Fortunately, that caused his bumper to disengage. So, all right, 2 drivers on pit road. Vernon Broadbeck, we'll rephrase that. James Jones and the 43 Garrett Walden on pit road. I expect to see the 67 making his way down. So he has the absence of a nose, or he may have, as we talked about earlier, that in this series there is an opportunity to have a quick repair. If you have damage on your vehicle, you can actually get a do-over. But you know, a number of drivers have been engaged in previous incidents, and he may have already burned through it. So now, 20 laps to go. By the time we go back to green, that is going to be maybe with 18 laps to go.
Sounds about right.
And Ty Bostic now finds himself splitting the 440 XLI guys in second, so he'll be on the outside or inside, depending on where Jordan Booth elects to start from. That puts Tyler Lem top 4. So you'll have Booth, Bostic, and then Hayes in third, Tyler Lem to the outside. Knowing those 4 guys, after having watching them as many races as we have, knowing there's 19, 18, 17 laps to go in this restart.
It's going to be wild.
We'll see, yeah. Couple notables, obviously Bostic up 12, Lem up 16, Whitley Jr. in 6th up 12, Simon Madge in 7 plus 17. So a lot of big movers in that top 10.
Sure, there is. Yeah, I'm very curious to see who's gonna move up through the field here. A driver that I'm looking forward to is Alex Forget-Berube. You know, with 19 laps to go, going to be 18 to go when we get the green flag. Or my bad, it'll be 17 to go when we get the green flag. Yeah, he's going to be tough to beat. I mean, I think it's him being in the high line is a very advantageous position for him. If he can get past a couple guys, watch out. That 19 is quick. But, you know, we'll see.
Yeah, I think his challenge, maybe that what we saw in that first round, was he was super fast in the long run, you know, in that second half. But with only 17 laps to go, and most of these guys on fresh tires, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
Folks, your guess is as good as ours. We're, as much as we're broadcasters, we're also spectators. We have seen the 41 of Jordan Booth. I mean, gets given to him. He's pretty much dominated this race today.
Oh, yeah, he has. And, you know, without that untimely caution, you know, it would be between him and the 19. So the 19 is trying to get back up there in battle, but you got Michael Whitley up there, Jacob Bousseau, Tyler Lim. Could he get another win? Ty Bostic, could he get his, you know, a win here? So we'll see what happens. Pace car dips down. We're going to get 17 laps to go this time by. They are about to get to the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air here with 17 laps to go.
I mean, really, 2 guys who are desperately wanting to get that win is that, you know, second and third, that's Hayes and Bostic. They're right there. They don't have a win. 99's already punched his ticket in.
You saw Hayes. Hayes was absolutely using up the 22. They are going into 1 and 2. 99 in the wall, 3 wide. 17's in the middle of the 94. Battling out of turn 4. We got contact made again. Right behind them, who is it? It's Alex Forget-Berube. Going to go to the high side of Michael Whitley. Gets blocked. Whitley into the wall. That's going to disrupt.
3 wide.
Yeah, that 19, he wants that bad. He may give the 94 a little bit of a bump here, saying, hey, I did not like that. But, hey, here comes the 22. 22 gets turned by the 40. 22 get turned by the 40. Saved it a little bit. Now, I'm all for teamwork. But
that's a bit
they make a little bit of contact. A little bit of contact there. I don't think Ty Boston's going to be too happy with that. Hey, we talked about having rivalries. Here we go. Here we go. It is here. So what's going to happen now with the 46 taking advantage of a little bit of racing between the 22 and the 40?
Oh, big push. Actually, the 99 gave a huge push to the 22.
Hey, gloves are off.
Yep.
I mean, gloves probably should stay on for grip purposes, but metaphorically, gloves are off. As we see, man, that 40 is blocking everybody. 40 just blocked the 46.
Jordan Booth just posted his best lap of the race, a 30.79 that last time by.
Yep, and what I'm seeing right here is a lot of teamwork between the 40 and the 41. Here comes another one by the 46. We'll see what happens now, coming to 13 laps to go.
Another block. Comes down, not enough. 46
Can't
is
block
door
that.
to door. Nope.
Oh, we're wrecking.
Oh, wrecking.
We're wrecking. That was the 19. I think the 19 was involved in that. Tyler Lemon involved in that. Rick, we knew it was. Here comes the tempers. Here comes the tempers.
19 is missing a bumper. Jeffers, Pinnell, Bostic, Veronauskas, Jeffers, Persini, Jordan, Wenzel, all involved. Let's try and at least grab this from the 22. Great run from Bostic. He's missing a nose. Let's see just what we can see.
Yeah, that was a big one. Oh, one got into the 99, squeezed the 99. One got in the 22, and that's where it all starts. Oh, tough break for Bostic.
Big damage. Wenzel involved. Veronauskas involved. Still collecting. Wow. All right. Lots of sheet metal and damage after this major incident here with just 12 laps to go. Number of drivers running up front damaged in this incident. They'll have an opportunity to get that damage repaired. The 99 is barely able to get back. He has got major front end damage. That toe link is broken. He can barely navigate. But you see the 22 of Bostic, unfortunately, he was up there battling for the lead. Major damage on that 22 Chevrolet. But through the magic of iRacing, poof.
Look at that.
And taking this opportunity to get at least 4 new tires. Splash of gas and go. He's back at it. But unfortunately, that's going to put him back around 18th. All right. Lights are still on, so we may go back with just 9 laps to go. Jordan Booth still is out front, but now he's got Simon Madgen in that 46 to his outside.
But he'll have his teammate behind him, though. The 41 will. 41 will have Brendan Hayes, which we've seen Brendan throw massive blocks on the 46, on the 22, trying to keep those two cars out front to get that P1, P2, max points there for 40XLI.
All right, that's our 5th caution of the night. Just a few laps to go before we close out this event here in Kansas in the AdventHealth 200. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate those who have been with us on a really a great night of racing here with the iNRS series. I mean, granted, you've got Jordan Booth out front, but we've seen competitive racing all the way back through this field all night long.
Oh, for sure. So, Rick, if you're in this position, where do you want to be? High line? Low line? What's your take?
Good question. Yeah, I as much as I have seen it, I want that high line. I want that 40. I think Simon Magin is in the catbird seat. He's got that outside line. The key is going to be what happens, A, with this restart, B, that 40 that's behind. You know, we've seen previously on these restarts that 40 of Brandon Hayes hasn't had the same jump as the 41, but you know, this is that time when you as a teammate, you have got to be on his bumper the whole way.
Oh yeah, I mean, this has to be orchestrated perfectly to send that 41 into victory lane and get Jordan Booth another victory on the season to help that playoff push. And we're about to figure out what happens. Pace car dips down. We're going to get the green flag with 8 laps to go. Jacob Mousseau up there as well, looking for his first one of the season. Green flag in the air. 46 missed a shift. 46 missed a shift in the high line. That may have just sealed it.
That stacks up the fate. Huge opportunity for the 40 XLI guys. They are all by themselves out in the front of this field.
Oh, man, that might have just sealed the deal. Big block there. One's trying to sneak in. That's Matthew Robinson. He gets to the high side, but these guys battling side by side. It's going to be close. Here comes Michael Whitley up to P3.
Good.
Not so fast.
Good position
Here comes
for
the
Michael
one.
Whitley up there. But you're right. They're trying to shut him down.
Yeah, and as far as, you know, the more they battle, the more these drivers are going to drive away. So they need to clear. Somebody needs to clear them. Somebody needs to make clear of this pack, or it's just going to be lights out. Or maybe a caution happens. One's in the wall. Going to give that position back to the 94 as they battle out of turn 4 again.
They're 3
6
wide.
laps to go.
That's the 46. Oh, contact with the 46. And Jacob Musso in that 25. We're all over the track as we struggle with just 6 laps to go to differentiate yourself. Right now it's the 40 XLI guys. They are all by themselves. And there it is. The 25 spins the 46. Oh, the 46 is back up in the wall.
Oh,
big
my gosh.
wreck. Car is upside down.
25 came back up the track. 25 came back up the track, too.
The 10 just absolutely fitting. Franz, Bostic, Sexton, Ennis, Burns, all involved. Jacob Musso.
Hey, Rick, look who's in P7 after this.
Alex Forget-Berube.
Just imagine. Just imagine he comes back and somehow gets back up here with a clean car. But that is not what the 40 XLI guys wanted to see.
No, they had this.
All.
They have this stamped, and it was done. We need to go back and see. Let's watch the 46.
So this looks very similar to what we saw with the 40 and Ty Bostic. Ty Bostic was high, the 40 was low. The Ty Bostic machine looks like he came down on the 40, but did the 40 not drive his line into the corner? So could we see a same situation where kind of a racing thing there? So let's see if we could bring up a replay, because that was a massive wreck. Cars coming back up the track, unfortunately. All started, and we got that live. All started with the 46 of Simon Madgen. You got black flag for Tony Japp, Simon Madgen, Vince Burns, Jonathan Barnoskis, Scott Thomas, and Jordan Winsel. And Austin Walton. Think we can get a replay on that? We have enough time.
All right, 4 laps to go. Try and do a quick review of that. Sorry for the delay here.
Yeah, because that involved a lot of guys. That was a massive wreck. So here's the 46 high. Joe Musso down low. May need to get an overhead shot of this. But the 25 from this angle looks like he came up.
He did. Yep. Spins
Yep.
him.
Unfortunate there. Not the first time we've seen cars get spun, which is going to send the 46 back up the track.
No control. He's on the brakes. 17, the 28 gets involved. 26 slams into that. 17 up in the air.
Wow. And the 25, wow, look at that. 17 literally got used like a ramp, or was the car on a ramp, and the 25 got a couple guys involved up there as well. Here's Ty Bostic sliding through. More cars, some chaos. Oh, a big hit there.
Just slams him.
I mean, I'm looking at 15 wrecked cars in this frame.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, tough. A junkyard here with 3 laps to go, which is it's going to put this race in overtime. All right, here we go. Lights are off on the pace car. Going to be a green-white checker. You have teammates now side by side.
Michael Whitley Jr. is there in 3rd. Matthew Robinson is now in 4th. Cody Graham is in 5th. Martin Giroux in 6th. Vernon Broadbeck 7th. Clark Friends 8th. Musso in 9th. And Alex Forget-Ruby in 10th. But with just 3 laps to go, the only cars within reach of the leaders is the 3rd and 4th car, unless something happens. But we have seen that 40 effectively stall out some of these runs all race long.
Oh yeah, he's definitely been, that's teamwork. That is teamwork. I mean, a win is a win, and helping your team win is all about what these guys are for here. So we'll see how this Highline acts. I mean, I'm for the notion, hey, I know we're teammates, but I'm trying to win too. So we'll see what Brendan does here. Look out for the 94, the Krispy Kreme machine on the bottom lane. See what happens with them. All right, pace cars dropping down. We are in overtime here in the iNRS series. Green flag back in the air. Great restart for the 41 of the 40, orchestrated perfectly. 2 laps to go.
Contact back in the field. Caution's out. Just saw
Tyler. Wow, what in the world happened to this one? What in the world? That is a parking lot again. I wonder if it was a stack up. Maybe an accordion effect.
Looking back from the tail end of the field, trying to get an understanding. Definitely looks like a stack up on the inside line. There's contact. There it is. Let's just.
Whoa, what in the world?
Let's move up through it. There it is. It looks like the 99. Let's back that up just a
Man,
tiny.
Ty Bostic's been a pinball.
He has.
Okay, so the 26 and the 99 are there.
All right, there's the start. There's the restart line. Let's kind of let this crawl up a bit. See, Corey Bunch is right there. He's behind the 99. He wants to go, but it looks like there's the 26 is stalled out a little bit, a little slow in the restart. 99 drops below.
26 is making his way back up the track, but the 99.
Towards the 26, and then unfortunately,
Yeah.
Bostic is an innocent bystander. Murphy's there, collects. There's parts flying. 29, John Krupa just drives right into it. 20, Pinnell tries to go high, but nope, that's blocked. And then
what's not blocked?
there's nothing that's easy way. And then Scott Thomas doors the 22. Parts are flying in there as well. So major wreck on that green-white checker. We'll see who's got an instant fix on their car, and but unfortunately, a lot of these guys have already used up their quick repair. So, all right. So we'll rack and stack this whole field again. That puts the 40 XLI guys up in front. Same order. This wreck all happened behind that top four. So, all right, stay with us. We're going to run a quick commercial break. We'll be right back for the exciting finish here in Kansas.
HDI provides commercial smart security systems, audio-visual solutions, TV mounting and installation, access control, and surveillance systems. In addition, our networking division can provide business networking and Wi-Fi solutions. All these systems can be remotely managed through our ACE HTI applications and cloud-based solutions. Running a business these days is a tough and demanding job. Let the folks at ACE HTI ensure that your place of business is safe for your workers and your company assets. ACE HTI can offer you integrated burglar alarm systems, access control and health, and wellness systems to ensure the safety of your employees and visitors. If you are looking to modernize or purchase a new fire alarm system, look no further than ACE HTI. We can offer you the latest state-of-the-art solutions to keep watch over your business. Does your surveillance system need a refresh? ACE HTI can install the latest 4K surveillance cameras with custom analytics and AI to help you understand what's happening in and around your business. Are you a restaurant or hospitality venue? Does your facility host sporting events? Reach out to ACE HTI for the latest in video displays and audio systems to enhance and define your place of business. ACE HTI service area includes both North and South Carolina. Reach out to us today at 336-941-3171 or via email at info@ace-hti.com.
All right, welcome back to our broadcast of the AdventHealth 200 here at Kansas. We have got our second green-white checker about to get underway. The pace car is coming down to cross that start finish. We will get the 1 to go signal. That puts, let's lay it all out for you. That puts the 40 XLI guys, Booth and Hayes, up at the front. Right behind Michael Whitley Jr., Matthew Robinson. Further on back, you've got Cody Graham, Martin Giroux, Alex Forget-Berube is now up to in that next row and 4 rows back. But do they have time? Can they pull it off? Can somebody bring something to take over these positions from these 40 XLI guys?
I don't know. It's going to be close because those 40 XLI drivers, they've been fantastic on restarts. I mean, Michael Whitley's going to have the restart of his life. Matthew Robinson's going to have to be at the ready. And this is where I don't even watch the guy in front of me. I watch the guy in first when I'm on my restarts because that's the car. Like, if I push the guy in front of me, great. But I am not waiting on the guy in front of me. I'm waiting on the leader. And if I was the one, I'd be looking at that leader and mimicking every move he makes as long as I'm not running to the back of the guy in front of me before the green flag flies and before they go green. So here we go. Pace car drips down. We are at overtime number 2 here in the iNRS series. Green flag about to be underway. Green flag back in the way. 40 gets a great restart, though. Uh-oh. Side by side. Is the 40 going to drop off a little bit? I don't know, but here we go into turn 1. 40 XLI teammates side by side. And that's going to bring the 94 of Michael Whitley Toshins out again, Rick.
Oh, gosh.
Aye, aye, aye.
Austin Walton, possibly. Well,
Oh, man,
there's
a lot of parts.
a lot of pieces and parts scattered across the track. It's like Austin Walton, Eddie Musso Jr., Ron Fitting also involved. Let's go back and take a quick look at this. But will this be, I know we had, will this be our last restart?
Yep, our last restart, our last overtime here. You can see right there stacking up. Somebody went low on the apron. That's never good.
It's
Oh.
just pinballs happening in front of these guys. They kind of straighten it out, but 17 is all of a sudden that's Austin Walton. And it's not just those guys. Everybody's involved. The 12, the 26, the 99 also involved. Unfortunately, Bostic is down low. He's praying he can get by this wreck.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to go to an arcade, well, you're watching one here because we are playing pinball with NASCAR Cup cars. I think there was more contact. Look up ahead between the two white cars.
Oh, sorry about that. Yep, but
no, it's all good.
Well, I'm not really sure why Eddie Musso is coming out with 26. He's a little, he's got one tire pointing one way and that right front pointing another. He's got the toe link completely trashed there. But if he gets out and just kind of rides around the back, he will finish this race. But
yeah, it's pretty risky though.
Yep, there is only one car currently out. That's Sean Walton. He retired early. Right now, Eddie is showing in 25th slot.
I mean, it's pointing in the direction where you need to turn. At least it's not pointing right.
Fair. That's a fair statement. In the pits, Tony Japs, Scott Thomas, Austin Walton, Tyler Sexton, Richard Mills, and Jordan Wenzel. That's a big name that will probably finished 35th in this race. Okay, there is just one green-white checker left. We'll have those same guys. Of course, it'll be Booth and Hayes, 40 XLI up front. Michael Whitley Jr. sitting in third, and Cody Graham will be in fourth. Cody Graham kind of returns to the scene of it earlier, but is someone blinking there, John? Have you seen?
I thought I saw it. I couldn't see who.
I thought it was the 40 possibly was blinking there. Not sure. We'll see how it goes. But just another lap or so, we'll get the, I'm guessing next time by, we'll get the one to go and be back underway probably for the last restart of tonight's event. We thank you for tuning in, folks, tonight to the AdventHealth 200 with the iNRS Racing Series here at Kansas. Thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast. If you have the opportunity to like and follow along, we'll keep you up to date with what we've got. Next week we are off. We are got a little bit of a break here for next week, but we'll return the following week for two great events. Wednesday night will be the Tech for Troops Cup Series at Talladega, and Thursday night this series will be at their All-Star race at North Wilkesboro. Always a fun time. I love that track.
Oh yeah, North Wilkesboro is just one of the best tracks on the circuit, and I always love it. I always love watching the racing there. It's so cool to see, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know what their format will be. We'll see how they run their All-Star event. As soon as we know, you'll know. All right. We are about to get this back underway. Lights are off on top of the pace car again. Jordan Booth, Brandon Hayes, both of these 40 XLI drivers, they're in control, inside lane, outside lane. Effectively, they've got the block.
Yeah, and I think I don't know if we're going to get this race finished under green, Rick. The 40 may have some heavy blocks and help, maybe help his teammate get that win. But I don't know. The 40 was pretty strong on the restart there, so
he was solid.
We'll
Unfortunately, who was maybe not sleeping a bit, but was caught. Maybe it was the 94 of Michael Whitley. He didn't get quite the restart he wanted. Let's see if he can make up for that this time by.
Alrighty, overtime number 3. 40 XLI guys out front. What's the restart going to look like this time? Green back in the air. 40, we got big stall here on the inside line. 40's going to try to block the 94. Not going to get it done. 40's going to pinch. The 94 is there. The 94 is clear. 94 now to P2. Can the 94 have...
behind.
Does 94 have anything?
Oh, he
got tight.
Super tight. That gave the 27 a huge opportunity on the low line. 94 holds it. We are final lap here. We're going to get this in no matter what.
They're
Big
beating
contact.
Banging 3 wide.
They're not
Here
letting the
comes
40
19.
by. 40's going to lose that position.
19's got a big run here out of turn 2. Going to give the 40 a bump. Here he goes, bump drafting down into turn 3. 27 drives deep. Here comes the 19 on the high side. 19 still tight. 19 gets row. We're wrecking.
Big wreck in behind.
Jordan Booth gets the win. Michael Whitley Jr. in second. Brendan Hayes finishes in P3.
All right, as soon as we get that final result, we will post it, but your winner for sure is Jordan Booth. There's your top 3 finishers there. 41 of Jordan Booth. Michael Whitley Jr. gets P2. And the 40 of Brendan Hayes finishes in 3rd.
Yeah, I saw Brendan Hayes going into turn 3 on the final lap. Checked up actually early, which got the 19 into him, which didn't allow the run to happen. So there you go. Brendan Hayes secured P3. But here's your finishing order for tonight's AdventHealth 200 presented by iNRS and Admin Box. Jordan Booth in P1 with Michael Whitley Jr. in second. Brendan Hayes in third. That is your podium finishers. Stay tuned. We may get to speak to all those drivers. In fourth, Alex Forget-Berube. Fifth, Brennan Broadbeck. Sixth, Matthew Robinson. Seventh, Martin Giroux. Eighth, Corey Bunch. Ninth, Joe Musso. And 10th, Simon Magin.
In 11th, Jacob Musso. 12th, Garrett Walden. 13th, Cody Graham. 14th, Mike Wheel. Good finish for the 96. 15th, Tyra Lem. Jonathan Vernaskis finishes in 16th. 17th is James Jones. 18th is Clark France. Tony Japs finishes in 19th. And John Krupa in 20th.
In 21st, you have Ty Bostic. In 22nd, Scott Thomas. 23rd, Alex Murphy. 24th, Vince Burns. Matt Pirosini finishes in 25th. Martin Pinnell, 26th. Austin Walton, 27th. Eddie Musso Jr., 28th. Ron Fitting, 29th. And Eric Jeffers in 30th.
Wrapping up the finishing field in 31st, Tyler Sexton, Richard Mills, Corey Yennis, and Jordan Wenzel, and Sean Walton. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see if we do. We do have the 3rd place finisher, Mr. Brendan Hayes. Let's see if we can bring him in the booth. All right, Brendan Hayes, congratulations on your P3 finish.
Thank you very much. It's good to start getting these finishes.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly, you were definitely a good teammate to Mr. Booth. That was a fabulous finish. You guys were battling out, and tell us a little bit. I know we had a number of green-white checkers there, but tell us about the last one.
This one, we were just doing what we did the last 2 restarts. We counted down, and on that one, I didn't get as good of a launch as I did on that second one, and I think Michael got a pretty good jump. So Of course, I didn't want to change lanes before the line, and he was able to get to my quarter panel, and he got to my inside. And when you're going into 1 and 2 on that first lap, you don't have the momentum to make that outside line work, so you just got to hug as far to the inside as you can. But yeah, it was close. It was close, but I'm still glad that we didn't lose any more spots on that outside.
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of action going on behind you. Certainly, I think it's always a challenge when we've done these green-white checkers, and now you're on the third restart, and you've already shown your hand basically in the first couple that people are try to anticipate what you've done and try to figure out a way around you, but you still made it happen.
Yeah, we were kind of worried about that, and I think that's where Michael really got us. Just restart after restart, he started getting the pattern of where we were going, and we tried swapping it up every once in a while, but there's only so much room you can go in the restart zone, and he timed it absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he also, we'll talk to Michael in a bit, but the number 2 green-white checker, I think he got burned a little bit there, but he was laying in wait for sure.
Oh yeah, we noticed him. He was laying back a little bit, and we were worried about that. So Jordan would kind of tried bunching up as much as we legally could without going too slow, and yeah, he did everything he needed to do, and yeah, good job on him.
Well, congratulations on your P3 finish. Any shout outs tonight?
Of course, to my teammate winning this race, getting his 3rd win of the season. So congrats to him. He continues to be the top dog, and of course to you guys for broadcasting and everything. It's pretty cool. And yeah, thank you guys.
All right, there you have it. That's Brendan Hayes, your 3rd place finisher tonight. We'll look to see you again in a couple weeks at the All-Star race.
See you guys.
All right, and we welcome Mr. Michael Whitley to the broadcast booth. Congratulations on your 2nd place finish.
Yeah, thanks, man. That was a heck of a race. I'm so glad we got some green flag runs in there early. Kind of messed everything up, that caution right there during the pit cycle. That kind of put, Jordan, myself, Brendan, all of us kind of behind the 8 ball there. And then cautions breed cautions, it seems.
Well, certainly. And then when you're down to basically green-white checkers, there is certainly a sense of urgency like no other to try and get a position or two, and this was no exception.
Yeah, no, it was crazy there. That second green-white checkered, I had such a good jump on Brendan and Jordan, and I mean, I was at Brendan's quarter panel getting ready to go into turn 3 when that caution came out, and I was like, oh man, that was my shot. And then the last one, I got a good jump on Brendan. It's just Booth had a heck of a restart, and there wasn't much we could have done at that point.
No, at that point, just to try and stay out of anything that may occur behind you. But no, that was a great showing. We were definitely watching, your restart because sort of this one, that last one was definitely your best.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Sure y'all did a great job. I can't wait to listen to it tomorrow.
Well, we started the broadcast talking about that things have been kind of quiet. There wasn't much bloodshed in previous races, but I think that may have changed after tonight's event.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have something to give y'all to talk about. I will say that for next week, it was definitely a no love lost kind of race.
No, and certainly you can go back and you look at the perils. You go back and we looked at the 22 of Bostic. Oh my gosh, talk about just bad luck getting caught up in a lot of other events when you're running up at the front. So there's a lot of frustration that's back through the field. But hey, we'll see if that carries in the next race or two. So.
Yeah, I imagine there's gonna be some tempers to go into it, but we'll see.
All right, any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, just good job to the whole team. We did really well. We were all running up front. Then Eric got caught speeding on the green flag pit stops, which apparently is a 40-second hold, and then Corey got a passing under yellow, passing the pace car, which is a 30-second hold.
Jeez.
So both of them got hurt, and then prayers out to our other teammate Travis. His wife lost her grandfather this past week, so that's where he was tonight. So just looking out for them.
Gotcha. Well, certainly our prayers to the Bennett family as well. All right, that's Michael Whitley. Congratulations on your second place finish, and I know you guys are racing next week, but we'll catch back up with you at the All-Star break.
Yes, sir. Can't wait for it, guys. And you're getting married, right? Congratulations.
I am. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's my Saturday. So.
Yep. Congratulations, man. It's a blast.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, that's Michael Whitley finishing in second, and let's go ahead and welcome our winner, Mr. Jordan Booth, to the broadcast booth. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
I mean, Jordan, John, you feel free to chirp in. You really, all race long, you certainly had this track figured out.
Yeah, which was funny because in practice I was over here complaining about the whole time I wasn't very fast in practice at all. And then go put it on the pole and lead 110 laps. Felt pretty cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had lots of green flag racing tonight, a lot of green flag pit stops, and then the cautions came out, and certainly you got a little bit of help from your teammate, as you would expect, but you really drove it to the win.
Yeah, it was really fun early on with Corey and Alex and all those guys. I mean, stage 1 was a blast. We actually got strategy, we got spread out. That was a blast, and then kind of got to the point in stage 2 where most of us had pit, some guys didn't. Caution came out. That was kind of weird. Probably made some enemies with some guys who were laps down because I was racing them very hard because I had to get through them to get back up towards the front. And then took 2 tires there at the end because did it in stage 1 and it felt good. And then obviously Brendan was a big help. Was trying to figure out a way to get that man a win. He's been such a big help. We need to get him a win. But yeah, we just couldn't quite do it. But I mean, still first and third for the team's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Well, your team has continued to lead it. This is not going to hurt that at all between you two finishing P1 and P3.
Absolutely. Got to win that team standings too. Can't just win, normal driver standings.
Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, McConey Setup Shops for their continued support. It's their setups, but your victories. Give a shout out to Brendan, obviously. Third place. Big points day for the team. Both of us got some good stage points. Give a shout out to Vinton County, Ohio. Got some people watching from there, so give them a shout out. And then, you guys for putting on a great show. And as always, we'll see you guys next week.
You got it. All right, there's your winner tonight. John, any wrap up?
Thought it was a great race. Congratulations again to Jordan for another awesome win, another great race, a wild race to go back and watch if you're watching this on replay or if you're listening now. Crazy race at the end, but love seeing all these guys battle. And we'll be back in 2 weeks for the iNRS All-Star Race at North Wilkesboro. 100 laps there, stage break at lap 33. Previous winner, Jordan Wenzel. So we'll see if he's able to defend his All-Star win.
All right, folks, thanks again for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the AdventHealth 200 here in Kansas. We appreciate you tuning in and hope to see you next time. All right, good night.
Good night.